The theory is that when you're in a highly emotional state, your will is strong. If your will is strong, you have the ability to manipulate energies around you. Okay? You create such a force within you and outside of you that it affects every little tiny atom around you. Every little spark around you. All the energy around you. You have the ability to affect it. If you raise those emotions, that looked funny. If you raise those emotions enough, you're sad enough, depressed enough, you're angry enough, mainly angry, you're happy enough, you have the ability to change change the energy around you. So, for example, this teenager just got into it with their boyfriend or their girlfriend or whatever, and they just got into it with their parents, whatever. Coach kicked them off the team, I don't know, trying to recite a tragic American story, you know, but they go home and they're like pissed, you know, and they start doing their thing, watching TV, get on their phone in this case, or whatever. Their phone starts to act up. Maybe the screen starts to blink. Lights will flicker. You know? They might even hear knocking. That's a distant one, but sometimes that happens. You know? They might feel vibration on their bed. The doors might slam. You know? Light bulb might even burst. They'll start noticing electronic changes in their vicinity. Well, I hate to break it to you, but sometimes that's all you. Sometimes that's you manipulating those forces and not some ghostly figure. Sometimes that's you raising, through your emotions, raising this energy to where you personally affect the electronics and systems around you. Because there are people in history that have been able to move things with their mind. Granted, it took a lot out of them, and they didn't perfect this or attempt to perfect this until way later in life. You know, moving a little cube, a wooden cube across the table was a feat. Moving it 3 inches was a feat that took them hours to achieve. Took this one woman in particular hours to achieve, and she would be out for the count the rest of the day because it drained her so much. You know, so it is possible. Nothing is impossible. It's just energy manipulation. So there was an episode of Ghost Hunters once where they were sitting down with this psychic, and they had the FLIR on, which detects heat. And when he was trying to connect with the main guy, Jason, the main guy's Jason, I think. Yeah, anyway, he was trying to connect with one of the main ghost hunters. You started to see heat on the two separate bodies were sitting on two separate couches, maybe about 3 feet away from each other. And they each had their own heat signature. But you start to notice the psychic man's energy or the heat around him going towards the ghost hunter. And then the ghost hunter's heat starts to pull towards him, and they connect. And then as soon as they distract the ghost hunter, it goes, whoop, it goes right back. I mean, I forgot what episode it was, but you can look it up. It's like, I think it was like within the first 4 seasons. But anyway, you see it through a heat signature, which means that it's scientifically proven that this man was able to create this phenomena. Okay? I don't know how he manipulated it, but in the esoteric world, he manipulated it through his will, his sheer will. And then I believe, don't quote me here, but I believe the ghost hunter said he could feel it. That's kind of like a bare bones explanation of how this stuff happens. I have had a personal account, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind me telling the story. I have had a personal account recently where I was getting this tattoo. Okay, you like it? I was getting this tattoo. If you can't see, says Santa Muerte tattoo. I don't know why I got it in blue, but maybe it's because, I don't know, it looked cool. No, I have my reasons. Anyway, so I was getting that tattoo, and we were already nearing the end. We were already at it for like 5 hours or something. And I'm a wuss. I mean, I can tolerate some pain, but I'm kind of a wuss. And I was like, all right, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And it's already getting close to the time where I have to pick up my son from school. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. He's like, just a few more finishing touches. I'm seriously, I'm almost done. I got like 15 more minutes. I just couldn't stand it. My pain receptors were just on flared up, you know. My nerves were on fire because I already have a nervous condition. And it was just beyond numb to where the numb was gone. For those of you that have tattoos, when the numbness was gone and you were starting to feel the pain again. Okay, that's what was happening. I had to leave. I was frustrated because I just wanted to go already. I was like, I'm done. Look at it. It's done. You know, and so he was like, I'm almost done. Hold on. I just want to make this look good, you know, and like, because, you know, if you're in the tattoo industry, every person you tattoo is a walking billboard for you. That's the truth. You know, it's a potential sale. So anyway, and I was like, dude, I can't. So he's turning around I think he's turning around to dip his needle in the ink cup, and all the lights went out. I shit you not. All the lights went out. You can ask him. You can ask the owner of the shop too, if you don't believe me. All the lights went out. Not only in the building, but in the entire plaza. Last they told me. Because the Chinese place next door had lost power too. The entire plaza went out. There was power across the street. There was power at the neighbors' businesses. Just that plaza lost power. In that moment. And he says that it had never happened before. And I'm not sure if it happened after. I think he said it happened one more time after I left. I believe he said it happened one more time. And then it didn't happen again. So I don't know. You put the dots together. You connect the dots. You tell me. You know? So, I mean, I seen it. I seen it happen. I know of people that have that ability. But more specifically, when you're going through like menopause, you're going through a breakup, you have you're experiencing PTSD, you know, you're going through hormonal changes, maybe you even just had a baby. You know, even the baby itself can have the potential to go through this. You know, anytime there's dramatic change in your emotional state, there's the potentiality of whatever paranormal activity you're experiencing to be you. You know, it's always a possibility, and this is not new information. This has been around since the 60s, as far as I know. This is not new knowledge. So this is just something I want you guys to consider. Next time you think that you're having something happen in the house, check yourself first. So not only do you have the ability to do it, but if you're going through a weakened emotional state, you also reek of weakness. And at the same time you have these abilities, other lower level, lower vibrational entities feed on that energy. So I'm trying to think of a picture that I can give you. So like just picture yourself sitting there stewing in your freaking anger. And you're sitting there stomping your feet for whatever reason. And you start emitting this pheromone. Just think of it like that. Like you start emitting this. You know what a pheromone is? Do you know what a pheromone is? A pheromone is a hormone that attracts animals to mate. So you're just putting this hormone, this smell out there. When you're angry, you reek, but it smells delicious to them. It's like if you're bleeding in water. Ah, that's a good example. You're bleeding in water. What's it gonna do? It's gonna attract sharks. That was a good analogy. It's gonna attract sharks. So you're weakest as a woman on your period. You're not at your weakest. I'm just using it as an example. You're a powerful woman. Si se puedes. Anyway, and you're like, oh, I just started my period. I'm in the middle of the water, you know. And then just next thing you know, you're attracting sharks or bears. So anyway, that's kind of the way it works when you're at that state, right? You have the ability to not only attract those beings, but at the same time, you have the ability to create a ripple in the ocean. Is that a good analogy? I hope all of this is making sense, because it's not as simple as black and white, guys. That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants everything to be super explainable and super easy to understand, and you can read through it in a pamphlet and yeah, you're done. No. Why do you think people spend their entire lives studying this stuff? Because it's complex. You can't just explain the world away in one book. No, there's things that we still don't understand, that we don't know. You know, this is the phenomena that I'm explaining now is stuff that we're already aware of. But there's probably more to it. There's most definitely more to it than that. But the point I'm trying to make in this video is that sometimes you and your energy can affect paranormal instances. People will sit there and they'll look at an object move from across the room and they'll be like, oh, es un demonio, it's a demon. And it's actually them doing it. Yeah, it happens all the time. I've seen videos, you know? And then the same person will say that they experience the phenomena of the lights flickering and street lights flickering when they're nearby. It's like, dude, hello, it's you. Don't you see that? But they don't know because they don't study this stuff. They don't delve deeper. They just take it for face value. They don't think deeper into these things. Do you think that you're completely powerless? You're not. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, you're like, you know, all super mega superhero or nothing like that. But I'm just saying you have some power. Don't discredit yourself. You know, don't discredit the fact that you can do this too. You know, it's a community effort. Just as much as they can help you, just as much as you can do it, they can do it too. But in the same regard, you're not completely helpless, you know? So anyway, all right. Well, I just wanted to get that message out, that very passionate message that you should feel empowered, because, you know, you can take that and you can run with it. You know, if you know that you've got those abilities, I don't know, do something with that. Hone in on them. Some people swear that they can change the weather. And I cannot sit here and say that it's impossible, because maybe it is. So anyway, we'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good day.